What's up, everybody? What's happening, YouTube? What is going on? CTM, everybody. It's Saturday, so that means it's time to do the Crypto Weekly Outlook. So far today, Bitcoin has done absolutely nothing at all. It's just basically pulling back into support right now. We have our support level. Oh, I've already got it marked. I forgot to turn it back on. There you go, right there. 35,521. That's what Bitcoin is tapping as support right now. Whether or not this level holds is going to be a whole different story. All right, so let me make sure everything is going good. Everything looks okay. Sound looks good. Everything looks good. All right, beautiful. What's up? All right, so basically, this is the trend line that everybody's keeping their eye on. It's marking the all-time high with the lower high that was put in basically on this day here, which was May 10th, 2021. What's up, everybody? Heath, what's happening? Aaron, Ahmed, Ed, Alan. Everybody came in just a little bit early. The Discord bot likes to throw it out that I'm going live before I even go live, so I had to set up the metadata and all that stuff. So, but we're live now, so let's do it. So you're trading as an inside day, almost, not quite, because you did take out yesterday's low right here. So this doesn't qualify as an inside day. When you take out one side or the other of the previous day's candle, you have basically turned it into a trending candle. That is if Bitcoin closes below the opening price of yesterday's candle. All right, so if it closes anywhere where it's put in the high to lower, you've essentially put in a trending candle. Even though it closes green, it still is a trending candle because technically you did take out the previous day's low. That's okay though, because it hasn't taken out support. You can trade below support intraday. You can have daily wicks through support. It's the closes that count. If you get a closure below support, then that is a breach of it, and you can possibly look for lower prices. Now, originally, I was looking for Bitcoin to pull into this resistance level at 37,369 spot 50. You can see we got that on Thursday, a nice push down into it, and then closed up off the level, and then we got Friday's price action. We had more dollar strength. I believe that's what's making Bitcoin trade to the downside right now. Ultimately, Bitcoin is in a downtrend. Near term, longer term, it's in a massive uptrend. Near term, you have put in a high, a lower high, a low, and a lower low. That is the exact definition of a downtrend. Those criteria is what constitutes it to be so. People are trying, I've seen a lot of tweets and stuff saying that this looks like an inverse head and shoulder. You are beyond inverse head and shoulder down here. But what you are doing is you are consolidating down at the lows. The yearly low is close to us. Bitcoin on the BLX index, only once in its entire history has it ever taken out a previous yearly low. But there's a lot of other things that's going on right now. There are a lot of bigger adopters in the asset, billionaires that are buying it, and they are not exiting their positions. In fact, Michael Saylor's buying more. It's fantastic that a whole country is going to use it as its currency. These are very bullish things for Bitcoin, but you have to go on what price is doing right now. So you can't technically look for longs just yet because you are testing support. And the support test that we have gotten so far is lukewarm, to say the least. This thing is not doing anything. This looks like continuation. I am not going to treat it as continuation until you get the daily close below that level of 35,521 if you're just signing on. But you haven't even tested the midpoint of this candle yet. So if you go into an intraday chart, you can see that Bitcoin is essentially doing nothing but trading inside of a very small hourly range. All right, you can see this Heath level right there, 36,356 on the hourly, is containing price. All right, you did get this push down. You have taken out this bullish candle's high with this wick up right here. Then you got a little bit of more bullish continuation, and then that was thwarted. Sellers are looking at this to roll over. So let's go ahead and delete all of our levels and pull up the yearly chart so I can get those yearly levels for you. All right, because those will be vitally important moving forward. There is your yearly low at 27,650, and then your yearly open is 28,951. So going back into the daily chart, you can essentially see that when we had this capitulation low wick, we tested the yearly low. This bearish candle right there is what made the yearly low. All right, you can see it's on January the 4th. So basically the yearly candle started on January the 1st. Now, when you had your capitulation sell off to the downside, you obviously tapped into a lot of buyers there, and that's what's been holding price steady above support. All right, you did take out this level of support with this push lower, and then immediately you got a couple green candles coming out of the area. So it can be looked at as Bitcoin was trying to make another low. You exceeded to push out of the area with a strong daily close. You consolidated, pushed right back into support to test and see if it wanted to hold as support again, and it did. And then you got a nice bullish continuation from this. Then for it to immediately 5 days in a row get sold back off, back down to test the support level again. This is not price action that you generally want to see if you are extremely bullish on this asset, because you're testing support again already. If this asset was bullish, once it found support here and you got bullish continuation, the worst case scenario you want to see is a retest of old support that was put in on the bullish move to the upside, which would be this bullish candle right here. So if we put our lines right there, you can see that it was tested as support, and then Friday you got a push lower, and today you are essentially getting sell side continuation. I know nobody wants to hear that, and you can possibly start trading out of this area. I'm not saying that you're looking for more lows. What I'm simply saying is this is not what I want to see if I'm bullish on this or was expecting this to trade higher. I am expecting Bitcoin to test around $48,000 to $52,000 at the very minimum, even if the low or even if the high has been put in. People are asking me if I'm calling the top. I'm not calling the top. I will never call a top on Bitcoin. I am a long-term hodler, long-term investor. I am looking 10 to 15 years down the road. I am simply not worried about this price action here. I'm just giving it to you guys for those of you who like to trade this asset. I was expecting higher prices. You can see once we put in these two daily candles right here, they were both bullish or they closed green on the day. Then you got this push lower. Every subsequent candle here thereafter was tested. All right, so basically what I'm saying is you pushed lower, you broke support, closed below support. Next day you tested all the way back up to what was support, retested it as support, as resistance, apologies. Once support was broken, this candle tested it as resistance. It held as resistance and you got continuation to the downside. So basically each candle has been retested. The only candle in this down section of price that has not been retested is this candle right here. Now, generally, what market participants like to call this, and some new YouTubers, is a market inefficiency. So these inefficiencies generally get retested, or price will generally trade back up to that area to essentially take out that bit of price action, to retest the inefficiency, to see if sellers want to start kicking it into high gear there, or is the market going to be able to find buyers at those levels? Price action is simply price aggregating up and down. Price can't move. It is not a physical thing. So it aggregates. It aggregates up. It aggregates down. Basically, if you get aggregation to the upside, I would be looking for that area to be retested to essentially fill in that inefficiency. If you then get a rejection from there, then you could possibly see a lot more downside to come in Bitcoin's history, or in the future, apologies. Also, if you take a fib from the all-time high up here to this level down here, you have the 0 spot 50 level, which is not a Fibonacci level. It is just a spot for price action traders to keep an eye on. It's essentially the midpoint of this leg to the downside, and the 618 is right above it. You can see how it basically comes in line right at the area of which a lot of people, including myself, are expecting Bitcoin to eventually trade back up into, to take out any inefficiencies that was in this move to the downside, simply because you had a drastic rebalancing of price straight down. So it aggregated straight down, and it did test each and every single candle on the way down, except for that one right there, which is the only thing that has me thinking that Bitcoin is going to trade higher as far as just looking at price. All right, I put out a tweet this morning. I didn't think that people would like the tweet, but I'm not doing that in a sense to basically cause a bunch of strife in the community or anything. It's simply saying to you, hey, if you are long and you are levered up, you need to look at both sides of the equation. You can't just look at the perma bear situation, the perma bull scenario, and think that everything's going to be great, as we are not fortune tellers. We have no clue what price is going to do. I simply just want you to basically protect yourself, protect your downside risk. Now, what I said in the tweet, if you aren't aware, is I said no time in Bitcoin's history had it ever traded off 50% without at least having about 6 months worth of bearish price action after. So let's go to the BLX index, because as far as I know, this index literally has all of Bitcoin's price action within it from inception, essentially. So basically, you can see here, this was obviously a 50% drop, and as far as I could see this morning, the only time in Bitcoin's history that it dropped more than 50% while it was in a bullish phase, right? This was it. Every other time, it literally, if it fell 50% or more, basically you got a retest of old highs and then continuation to the downside. I'm not going to go over every single candlestick in Bitcoin's past to show you. Simply do it yourself. Type in BLX in the pane up here and then check it yourself. Each high in a bull trend, when the markets are moving higher, look for 50% drops and see if you can find any that recovered. Now, with that being said, past price action is not indicative of future results. So whatever happened in the past does not necessarily mean that will happen in the future. Like I said before, it's only letting you see both sides of the coin. This way, if it does continue lower, you can't blame anybody. You've been told. Basically, look for the bullish case and the bearish case. All right? So this was a massive drop, right? You dropped 50% in 2 weeks. You had consolidation in front of the drop. So basically, people are calling it distribution. You can call it whatever you want to call it. It simply happened. You had a massive rebalance down to your yearly open range. So essentially, when you had this wick right here, this tested the yearly open range. So your whole year, 2021, Bitcoin's bullish price action, all of 2021 has been wiped out. All of it. You are trading at the lows. All right? I don't mean to sound bearish, because I'm not. Like I said, I am long still, holding Bitcoin to the upside. I am positioned for that. Here is your weekly right now, testing last week's open, and you are right at it. This is just Saturday, so tomorrow this candle will close. Where this candle closes will be very relevant for the week to come, in my opinion. Now that I've got the rant over with, let's go see what the chat's saying. Not much. People are quiet tonight, huh? What's up, Aaron C? Oh, yeah, I will look at that for you before you got to go to bed. All right, I'm going to go look at gold for Aaron while he's here. Oh, I'm typing in your name, Aaron. I'm not going to find you on the chart. All right. Here we go. Hit enter. Let's do it. So yes, this is dollar. Dollar has caught a massive bid, right? That's a pretty big weekly range expansion to the downside. If the dollar is going to remain bid, gold will absolutely be lower, right? Weaker. So here's your weekly support level. You can see that you closed below it. Now, here's the thing. This is a massive drop, and you can get another massive drop out of this. But eventually, I do expect price to trade back up and retest most of this, because if you look on the daily, you can clearly see that there are areas of price that was not retested. This candle was good, this candle not so much. This one good, this one not so much, this one not so much. Now, that doesn't mean price has to go back up there. It can close up any inefficiencies in the candlesticks years down the road, right? It doesn't have to happen right now. So there is your weekly support level at 1771.945. Obviously, my level up here that I was looking for support test did not happen, right? This is why I say you don't just blindly buy these areas, as price, especially if it has a lot of momentum, will go slap through your entry and possibly your stop loss all in one fell swoop. And the idea is to wait on price to show you that it has indeed found support. Did not find support. This is a strong move to the downside. You closed all the way down here, so this validates the level, because you got basically the midpoint of this bearish candle is our level. So that's validation. You could get a retest of that level. If that level holds as resistance in the future, say next week or the week after, and you can't get a daily closure back above it, once again, that level is 1837.48. You can possibly look for downside setups on gold, unfortunately. Most of 2021 and all the way until August of 2020 has, well, let me rephrase that. All the way back to August 2020, you have essentially been in a downtrend on gold, right? Bitcoin's been going up, gold was going down. So that indicates capital rotation out of gold into Bitcoin. Bitcoin turned around almost exactly the same time that gold turned around. Gold put in this double bottom and then had a bullish move up out of there. At the same time, Bitcoin put in a 3-drive topping formation and had a big bearish move up out of its highs. So that's capital rotation. Now, the reason you're seeing such vicious bearishness on gold and you are not seeing that on Bitcoin is because people are buying more Bitcoin, I guess. Bitcoin's holding support. It's not going out of the area. So I think your question, let me look real quick and see what your question was. Okay, does gold have enough momentum to take out the double bottom? All right, so the double bottom is a pretty far piece away from gold right now. So basically, yes, you did get a daily close below this area of old support, now resistance. You even tested it on Friday and closed back below it. However, I could see Monday or Tuesday this thing starting to catch a bid. Not so much because people are buying it, more or less because people that got short up here are exiting positions. That will absolutely cause a little more buying pressure to come into the market, or basically make the order flow for that day look more bullish because of so many exiting short positions, which will put a bid under it. That is essentially what we call a dead cat bounce. So that's why you will watch 1837.48 to see if the dead cat bounce can get up above that or not. So basically, I wouldn't look to even take a short on gold to be on the safe side until you test 1888.65. That's your last bullish up close candle. Now, right here is an area that also may act as support, 1868-ish. Let's put a line on there, as we do not go by ishes. We do not use subjective analysis on this channel, right? There it is. That is the close of that bearish candle, and it is 1870.54. So you could trade all the way back up to there. If that level holds as resistance, then you can possibly look for short side setups. I'm not looking for short side setups anywhere under 1,800 bucks because in my opinion, that's not a big enough pullback. But the market does not have to do what Heath wants it to do, right? Just because I want it to be a bigger pullback to basically make the candles look like it should doesn't mean it will happen. Absolutely not. Next area of daily support. You can use this swing high if you want, but since it's so close to that, I would just use that. 1745 spot 45. That is your next area of daily support. It also gets you underneath all these wicks from this long area of consolidation that literally took a few weeks, right? That's a few weeks worth of consolidation. There are a lot of stops setting right underneath all of these wicks. So a push down to there, test 1745, spot 45, then maybe you get a bounce out of the area, going back to look for sellers, all right? This is a nasty push lower. The thing about it is, though, it is structured longer term bullishly. And in order for bullish trends to continue, you must have pullbacks in price in order to allow new buyers to step up. So technically, you could trade all the way down to this monthly bearish candle right there. And as long as you find support there, you could still look for bullish price action. Now, the month is not closed yet. There's 11 days left on this candle. As of right now, you are printing a bearish engulfing, aka outside candle on the monthly. It is usually looked at as a bearish reversal pattern. So people will be looking to short gold in the upcoming weeks for that simple reason right there. All right. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you could take out that double bottom. Absolutely. If the bears remain in control and they keep pushing it down, obviously you're going to be testing it pretty soon. Now, also a fantastic little thing you can check out if you'd like is if you take a fib and stretch it from that low to that high, you are right now testing the 618 on a daily closing basis. You did get a daily closure below this level. All right, but this is an optimal area for longer term traders that are swing traders to possibly look for buying positions. They're obviously not going to buy this because that is a ton of momentum going down, right? A ton of it. So you got to see consolidation. You got to see this thing consolidate, start making higher highs and higher lows. Either way, it's going to make a fantastic tradable event to the upside and or to the downside. Whichever direction you want to trade it, I am assuming you're going to be able to. Yeah, I'm going to look at a lot of things. Daga Rogers is asking for T-Fuel. Yeah, I'm going to look at some assets. Let me just go through the majors real quick. And I wanted to do that because Aaron has to go to bed. Ethereum, nasty fall, consolidation. Basically, you got a daily closure above resistance, which was fantastic. This move down here tested our, that's right, demand zone and got another bullish pop, which is fantastic. It's exactly what you want to see in price action, as it's indicative of a new possible trend starting. But you failed at resistance, and then the sellers took back control, and boom, there it is. So you're getting sell side continuation on Ethereum, right? You are testing Ethereum's line in the sand. This is your lowest closing bearish candle. If you get a daily closure below 2099 spot 58, you can be looking for lower prices. In fact, your next bearish target is going to be all the way down at 1728 spot 00. Now, does that mean if you get a daily closure below this level, you will come down and test that? Doesn't mean it will happen for sure, but that's where my target would be if I were shorting ETH. So let's just leave it at that. Not looking good. It's looking a lot weaker than Bitcoin. Let's go look at ETH BTC and it'll give us a clearer picture. Let's look at it on Coinbase. So yep, there's your crash, so to speak. This wasn't so rough as it was only like 30 something percent. And then here's your dead cat bounce, went back up, retested resistance, and boom, straight down. Now you are starting to curve around, so you are losing bearish momentum. But the reason you are losing bearish momentum is because you came into support. Professional traders like myself, we will exit our positions into support because we don't know if that support level will hold or not. So if we got short up here on this push lower, we are taking profits, exiting positions. This is why you get like that. This is why candles come down. They start to lose their steam. They start to lose momentum. They start testing levels of support. So you've got 2 bullish days back to back, but the bullish ranges on both of those days were extremely tiny. It's not bullish. Does not look good. You're coming back in for another test. So basically what you can watch if you're intraday trading on this asset is around 6102. You do not want to see hourly closes below that. If you see hourly closes below that, there's a pretty good chance you may get another smaller bounce, and then boom, eventually that level will break. Now, one thing that I do like about it, it's the range is small, but you have taken out a few hourly levels of resistance with this. So if you want to call this bullish momentum is going to continue, then it needs to find support, right? Looks like it may be coming into an area where it will at least look for that support. Also happens to be roughly the midpoint of this big bullish candle, which is a fantastic area to look for support, to pick up new buyers if it's going to make a higher high. When you start making higher highs and higher lows, you first need that higher high, then you need higher low support, boom, and then you need another bullish reaction up off that level, as that tells you right then and there, yes, the sellers are no longer in control as of now. You are pushing down into that level as we speak. All right, crypto's not looking good, guys. Let me go show you over here. Here's Compound. Compound has taken out its capitulation wick to the downside. There it is. There it was. It was absolutely hit yesterday. So sellers will exit positions as that would be a profit target area. So I am expecting a bounce out of here. If you keep doing this, making lower highs and lower lows, then you're going to have to go all the way back over here and find areas of possible support, right? Next one is 240 spot 34. If you lose this area, that would be your next area to take profits. Balancer, boom, closure below, capitulation, wick to the downside, and today continuation. Disgusting. Cardano's wedging up. I was looking for a short position on this the other day. I missed it as I was watching something else. But if you look, boom, 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 right? Not talking snot on this channel. It's straight up fantastic tradable ideas. There's your resistance. There's your test. There is your test. And you took out the wick high of the previous day, which is nothing more than a stop run. And then boom, that is the entry. My channel and my videos are very consistent. There is a reason for that. You must first become consistent before you will ever reach consistently profitable. All right. That was basically it. And then obviously I go look at Doge. We got the break below on Doge. I missed this also. The one that I was looking for. But yeah, here's your daily close below daily support on Doge yesterday. That's a bearish continuation candle. Is it a trending candle? No, it is not. It is an inside day candle, which is generally choppy price action. New sellers getting involved, looking for positions as you just now finally got a close below the lowest support in this section of price here. Once the massive capitulation happened, right? You put in lower lows and, well, not lower lows, but lower closes. Got a big, strong bullish bounce. Took out resistance. Boom. bull trap, right? This thing looks like it wants lower prices. Where is the next main level of possible resistance? Support. It's going to be right there at 0.26998. That will be a next area of possible resistance, right? Definitely want to see these things turn around if you're bullish. I understand, but this is not bullish price action at all. And then Algorand, I'm going to show you this because I was looking for a short on this the other day and I missed it. I missed it right here. This is what I was watching. We were trading into resistance. We did get a daily break above resistance and a close above, but then once you got this push higher into these wicks here, price just immediately turned around. Now you can see this ascending trend line here. I am not a pattern trader. I only show you guys the patterns, so that way if you are a pattern trader, or if you are like me and like to trade against the pattern traders, then you know what they're looking at. Right now, this is an ascending wedge or a bear flag or whatever, and it is being broken. It has not closed below it yet, as you are trying to. A close below here, and then a retest into that line up at around 1.0157. As long as I don't continue to see bullish candles expanding their ranges, making higher highs and higher lows, I will be looking to take a short position on this asset, looking for much lower prices as there's a measured move to take on this thing. All right, I basically take measured moves from the middle of the pattern because technically you can use the mouth of it, but this just gives you a little bit closer area. You will be taking out or testing your capitulation low. That's a fantastic trade. All right, these candles are very small, so if you get a retest and failure at this level here, as well as that, let's get rid of this. As we tested it yesterday, you're trading below it. There is daily support, and you are testing it right now. So I'm not looking to get short right now. I want to wait for this thing to pull back up into my level, 1.0168, at which point I will be looking for short side setups, targeting at least this wick low here first, 9102. That would be my first potential profit target, at which point I would remove 2/3 of my position, move my stop to break even this way. If it does continue to play out in the measured move, I will be situated fantastic for that to play out. And that's basically all I got. So what's up, chat? Let me scroll up, Daga, and then I will go straight to T-Fuel for you. Ahmad wants Ethereum USD. I just looked at that, Ahmad. Let's go, says Ralph Mappa. What's happening, Ralph? KF, thank you for your fire session with Jordan. It was very educational. You are welcome, my friend. Thank you for checking it out. Will says, yo, what's up, What's up, Will? Jan Meta, hi. Could you tell us something about Polkadex? I am very interested on this strong project as I think it can get on a very big decentralized exchange like Binance, Uniswap in the future. So I'm going to look at it for you, even though you possibly could be a bot. Because when people say stuff like that, it's almost always a bot. But if you're not, I apologize. Let me go look at it. Polkadex, so PDEX. Is that with USD or no? Looks like it is. KuCoin and NASDAQ, but that's not the same thing. Let's go look at it on KuCoin. So that's all the data you have. Oh my god, if that's a real wick, that cannot be real. G-Bus. You're trading at $19 and you had a wick all the way up to almost $10,000. That's got to be a mistake. If that's not a mistake, stay so far away from this thing. It's pathetic. Nobody survived that. Alright, so let's get back down here. Oh, it's gonna keep doing that. I don't want you to do it on auto. So I'll get you some levels, but stay very, very far away from that. It's in a range. Alright, there was your daily resistance. You broke it with a nice strong daily close, and boom, took out the whole bullish move. That is never, ever, ever good. Ever. There's your break of resistance. You needed to find support and then make a higher high and a higher low. You did not. You went straight back down lower than where you came from. That was your support there. So you are holding it. You are trying to maintain a higher close on support right there. Let me get it up there. Right now, you are testing it. Right now. So daily close below that level. Look for a retest of around 20 spot 19, 20 spot 15, and sell the guts out of it. Look for 14 spot 90 as profit targets. Can it find support here? Can it get a bounce and become the most bullish cryptocurrency ever? Yep, it can. I know nothing about it as far as like what they are as a company and what they plan on, what problem they plan on solving, and how many institutional investors do they have backing their project. I don't know any of that stuff, but the chart is absolutely disgusting. It's range bound and choppy. Alright. But to be clear and fair, you are testing for possible higher low support. The problem is you didn't take out this bullish candle. So that's what you want to see first. Since you just traded up to the closing price of that bullish candle and found sellers, I would have to assume that a retest of this level right here would be a fantastic selling opportunity. Good evening. Get ready to buy at 32, says Juice. What's up, Juice, my friend? Trade channel do it? Trade channel do it? Really? I don't believe it. What don't you believe? Juice retracted one of his messages. K4 Liberty, I got you live again. One of the great analysis channels. Thank you so much, K4 Liberty, for the kind words. We're listening. You are the man, Keith. Mr. Steve, my name is Heath, like the candy bar. Heath Crunch. H starts with an H, but thank you for being here. I will do my best to help. Will Stiers, looking to get into crypto for the first time. Should I hold and wait till this bearish trend hits the bottom? Absolutely, Will. That is some of the most fantastic stuff that I've heard come out of most people in the chat. Yes. Do not look to buy right now. I don't know that the Bitcoin bull market is over, and I don't know that the Bitcoin bear market has started. But the safe bet is every 4 years or so, Bitcoin has a halvening. So look to buy Bitcoin roughly, let's call it 8 to 10 months before the halvening. That would probably be a pretty good place to look for to buy some Bitcoin. Would I suggest you go 100x long with your house mortgage? No, I would not. But if you're just looking to buy some to accumulate wealth over time, it's a fantastic spot to look. Fantastic spot. We don't know what those prices will be yet because it hasn't happened, but yes, that's a great idea, my friend. Good morning from Tonga. What's happening, Lisa Lou? CJ, people are scared. Most weren't prepared for this chaotic market. No, they were not, CJ. No, they were not. And I myself am not out of the group. I had a little bit of bullish hopium going on myself, and I am not scared to admit it. I should have had people out, or at least people that are following me out when this thing happened right here. Boom. That was your first lower low. There's your lower high. There's your lower low. Boom. Should have been getting out, or at least deleveraging. What's up, Dega? Let's go look at T-Fuel. T-Fuel. Versus Tether, I'm assuming. It's looking bullish. It's one of the only cryptocurrencies that I've been looking at that looks absolutely bullish. This is fantastic. Here was resistance. There's your daily close above it. There's your daily close below it. And then immediately, this was a bear trap. I don't know what T-Fuel is and why so many people are interested in it, but you are making higher highs and higher lows in a time when most every other crypto asset is doing the exact opposite. Would I buy it up here? Absolutely not. You need to get a test of support. Was this a good area to buy? Absolutely was. And we know that now in hindsight. But these are the same levels that I'm teaching you to look for. So that way it won't be hindsight for you. It will be happening in real time. Like I said, most consistent channel you will find on the web with the best information for analysis and real-time traders. There's your test. There's you another test. Boom. There you go. Does it always work out like that? Absolutely not. But it's a fantastic risk to reward setup, right? If you take those every time they happen over time and you are very, very good at risk mitigation, you will see fantastic results. So cheers. It looks good. It's going higher. Could you check Kusama KSM, please? Absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. You didn't say versus what, so I will assume it's Tether. Oof. Did you also lose 60% or more? You lost 74% of total asset value. See, this is what I'm talking about on Bitcoin. This is what I'm watching. Is this what I want to happen? No. But I am skeptical until we take out that higher or that lower high at $59,000. This is what I'm talking about. Find support at the lows and then you get a bullish push, get everybody bullish again. Yay, Bitcoin's repairing itself, and then boom. Once you get up about the 618 of that extension to the downside in price. Oh, this one went all the way up to the 786. Nevertheless, I can show you something else. There was support. That bearish candle's low until you took it out. Boom. Price went right back up into it, retested. There you go. You're moving lower. All right. This was an opportunity for everybody that holds KSM, that has profited from this massive bullish run, had this blow off top. This was your chance to exit your position, or at least de-risk some. Take some profits off the table, move your stops up to break even, and let a little piece of the position continue to run just in case you find bullish momentum again. All right, but you have taken out support to the downside. Here would have been an area to look for support. You sliced right through that like a hot knife through hot butter. Boom. No slowing it down. Here's your next area of support right there. 289.37. You can see how when it was made, test, 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 see ya. Never came back. So can this be an opportunity to buy it? I mean, it's 79% off. Right? Well, what would that put? 53% off. That's half off, baby. Half off. Is it done going lower? I have no clue. Watch 289.37 on a daily closing basis. Next area of support would be 260.84. If you take that level out, this is your bearish target, 201.04. All right, I don't like it. This is what I've been looking for Bitcoin to do, to be honest. I mean, I don't want it to happen, but when you lose 50% of your assets' total value in a span of a week or two, that is a ton of selling going on. A ton. And it is never good. Ever good in any asset. Any tradable asset. Do you believe in using fractals? CJ, I don't know how to trade with fractals, but these candlesticks and price action is fractal in its very nature. What happens on a quarterly chart and a monthly chart and a yearly chart happens on a daily chart, a 5-minute chart, a 2-minute chart, an hourly chart. It's all fractal in nature, right? The most important thing that new traders especially, can focus on instead of looking for fractal strategies and all these strategies that are being sold across YouTube right now, is the open, high, low, and close. Those are the 4 absolute non-subjective data points that we have as traders. And those 4 data points are fantastic data points to have for the next day if you're looking to trade intraday. Back in the 70s, on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, they didn't have fancy computers and charting and everything like we got now. We're spoiled. Back then, they literally had to write those data points down on a napkin. And then a couple of them created a new way to do it. And you had the invention of your bar chart right here. Boom. That's what it did. That's how the bar chart was invented. Traders on the New York Stock Exchange, this is how they measured their open, high, low, and close with with the daily expansion. So the left side of the line is your open, the right side of your line is your close, and the part in the middle, you got your low down here, your high up there. This is exactly how price works intraday on all time frames. Every single time frame, it is fractal. Absolutely. Matic, if you can, thank you. Yeah, let's go look at Matic. Let me get off these terrible bars. I'm a candlestick guy myself. I got Matic right here, my friend. Oop. Give it a second, as my internet's terrible. There we go. So I was looking for a short on this thing too, but I missed it as well. Forex market takes a lot of my attention, as well as answering questions and stuff, and I also trade stocks and options. So crypto is just basically, I'm testing my strategy on crypto pretty, vividly right now, but I missed this short setup. I was looking for shorts. This daily close right here was nothing but a bull trap. You got a day above resistance. That would have been your resistance level to watch. This day tried to close above it and failed. Your next day you did get your daily close above it, and then boom, you took out the low of that candle. This is indicative of bearishness. So what you want to do when you see stuff like this is go back and look at your previous day's open, high, low, and close, and look for areas to be tested for selling opportunities. Right? There's your opening price of the day before's candle, and you can see how you traded up into the opening price, and boom shakalaka, straight to the downside. Stop above that wick high or this wick high, whichever you prefer. If you took this wick high as your stop, you're sitting at a 2-to-1 risk to reward, and that's all we look at. That's what technical analysis is. That's all it is. It's to find these areas on the chart to apply risk to maybe make a buck out of 2, or make $2 out of 1. Apologies, said that backwards. All right, so yeah, you are testing support in the form of a demand zone or Heath level or an order block or whatever, but that's what it's testing right now. This bearish candle's opening price, because it was the last bearish candle before price traded away from the area. So when price comes back in to test this bearish candle, it generally will offer up some form of support. And you can see clearly that it did yesterday. You traded well beneath that, up above it. So you closed above it. So that tells you that this level is offering up some kind of support. Now today you're testing it again, and you traded up to roughly the midpoint of this candle, and that's where sellers took off again. So watch this level. It's one spot 3636. If you get a daily closure below it, you can look for the same thing. Only this time you'd be looking at this bullish candle right there. That would be the culprit. I would not be looking for short side setups until you get a test of one spot 4783 first. All right, let this candle go. Let it make its range expansion to the downside. Let it take out this low. Let it close at this support area right there, because it is your lowest close. Then let it get a bounce, and then look for possible short entries targeting that area again. Like I said, guys, the strategy doesn't always work out, but it is the best strategy that you will find on the webs. Well, for free anyways. I'm sure Paul Tudor Jones isn't selling strategies, is he? Oh, probably not. So, my goodness. I was at the low of the chat, I thought, and then it glitched out, and now, boom, I see that I'm nowhere close to the low of the chat. So, apologies. I'll go ahead and say this. If you're new to the channel, first and foremost, welcome. Thank you for being here. If you have a question and I don't get to it, I try to answer the questions as they come in. So, it's like a first come, first serve thing. And I put more weight to the super chats, obviously. But if you don't get your question answered in this session, when YouTube gets done doing whatever it needs to do to put the video up, you can ask it in the comment section and I will do my best to answer it. I generally answer every question I ever get asked. For now. So let me get back where I was. Right there, Daga Rogers, Matic. Alright, so Umar Aziz says, good morning from Malaysia. Good morning. And I just got a super chat from Poly Farms. What do you think about Hex? The chart looks amazing. Yeah, Hex is this, I can't remember the dude's name, but he's the one that owns this thing. I don't know the ticker. Is it Hex USDT possibly? Is it this thing, this Uniswap? Let's see. If it looks amazing, then I'll assume that's what you're talking about. It's new. It's super new. And I can't remember his name, but I can remember him promoting this thing like 3 years ago on another guy's channel. Yeah, I mean, it's extremely bullish. It's going straight up. There's no liquidity in it at all. I mean, these daily candles are gapping around like it's got like it closes like the New York Stock Exchange or something. These things trade 24/7. There should not be a gap from yesterday's open or yesterday's close to today's open. So it's very illiquid. Just be very, very careful. It's another one of the crypto assets that's doing something that no other cryptocurrency is doing in the form of making higher highs and higher lows. There was your resistance level. You can see that it did treat it as resistance on the first attempt to get above it. There's your daily close above it. Your next day, you came right in and tested it absolutely flawlessly, and people picked it back up. People bought more into it. So basically, if you're going to continue to be bullish, the first area that you want to watch, if you're looking for an entry, I must say, first and foremost, I don't like buying tops. I don't suggest you do it either. I don't know that this is a top, but I do know you're buying at all-time highs. So it could possibly, potentially, turn into a top. So you've already tested this area today. So what I would do is wait on a test of at the support. So the low or the close of this bearish candle. If you fail here, if you stall out, watch for a test of this area. As long as you are unable to close daily candles below that area, then maybe you can pick up a few and only be looking for the first area of resistance, which at this point would be the close of this bullish candle. So that would give you somewhat of a trading range, right? You're looking for entries down here. This is not financial advice, obviously, and this wick low would be where you would want to get your stop. So there's not much of a fantastic risk to reward as far as the setup goes, but I don't know, man. It can keep going higher. I listened to him talk about it, and the way it was supposed to be built or designed was similar to the way that Bitcoin is, and that it should never ever be able to get cheaper, right? But we will see. It's new. It's new. It's very, very new. So just be very careful. Make sure you protect your downside risk, my friend. Hopefully that helps. Just know that you're buying highs, or possibly buying highs. All right, let me get back up to Malaysia. Malaysia is a beautiful place. I want to go there sometime. There you are, Umar. Good morning from Malaysia. Well, good morning. Mr. Vizzle, hi. Thank you for the stream and smash the like. Yeah, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, I would really appreciate it. It'd be fantastic. Was listening to your co-op stream today, and respect to both of you. Thank you for trying to help us being profitable. Thank you for listening and supporting the channel, my friend. Dan M. Heath, is BTC 618 based on a previous wick to date from May or a solid candle? Maybe yet to arrive. Thanks. No, the 618 is derived from basically just the Fibonacci tool itself, right? It's not derived from current price. It's basically something that gives you future price levels to look at for possible exits or possible entries for that matter. There are two Fibonacci tools. One is the retracement tool, of which that is what I used basically to tell you about it. This is the 618. It's $50,926 if you take it from the all-time high to the capitulation low. If you use this high, obviously the price will be different. And then the other Fibonacci tool that is very popular is the Fib extension, which is a tool to help find profit targets when something's trading at like all-time highs or all-time lows for that matter. So that's how it was derived. Excuse me. Kimberly, or K4 Liberty, sorry. Heath, could you look at a coin? A coin? I don't know what a coin is. Yeah, I don't see it. Oh, right there. KuCoin. Is this what you're talking about? This is disgusting. This is like, looks like, very illiquid, nasty wicks to the outside. It looks like it may be a stable coin or something, the way it's like basically trading sideways forever, indefinitely. And it looks like it's pegged pretty close to the dollar. So I would have to assume that this is just a stable coin of some sort. And this is to Tether, so it's not even the dollar. It's yeah. And I'm reading a lot of crazy stuff about Tether too. So, I don't know. There's really no trading this thing, really. I mean, you might can buy it and get lucky on a spike like that, but it immediately gets retraced back down. So just be very careful with it. Aaron is going into bearish hibernation. Yes, he is. Brian Kaczynski. Heath, when do you use the open versus the close of a candle to determine levels? That's pretty simple. If you're in a downtrend, you want to look for the opening price of bullish candles in a downtrend, right? Why? Because you're going down, and when you're in a downtrend, you get a bullish closing candle. That candle will oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes act as resistance, the opening price of it, and vice versa in an uptrend. If you're looking in an uptrend, you want to use the opening price of your bearish candles. Why? Because you're trading up. It's going up, and in that trend of going up, you put in a bearish closing candle. So basically what it's supposed to be is leftover orders. So when price trades back into this area of leftover orders, generally those are pretty good spots to look for possible trend continuation, is basically it. Hopefully that helps. If it doesn't, there is a playlist on my channel that says if you're a beginner trader, start here. It basically goes over these concepts, or those concepts. So you can give that playlist a check. Yeah, looks like Juice answered you for me. Does it depend on the color of the candle, green versus red? Yeah, absolutely. And okay, so the color of the candle is determined on the opening and the closing. So if price opens at a specific price point and then trades higher on the day and closes higher, the candle will be green. If price opens at a specific price point and trades lower and closes lower, then that candle will be red. Yep. So you are a very, very, very new beginner. Yeah, please don't trade with real money yet. Make sure you understand the at least basic principles of market dynamics. Is it possible to make 5% every single day, says Priest? Is it possible? Mathematically, absolutely. Is it feasible or will it happen? Not likely. First and foremost, you would have to risk at least 2.5 or 2% on every single trade just to make a possible 2.5 to 1 to get that 5%. Do setups happen every single day to where one could absolutely risk 2.5 or 3% on every trade and to make 5% a day? Yes. Is the person going to be able to do such things? Nope. Dude, 5% per day, if you do the math on that, for 365 days is going to be like thousands of percents of gainage on the year. No trader alive ever has made 5% per day every single day. When I first started this channel, I did a small account challenge and I screwed the challenge up because I accidentally caught a bullish trend and doubled the account much quicker. But the goal of the channel, or the goal of the challenge, was basically to show you that if you looked at percentages as returns instead of actual how much money can you make, then over time those percentages will add up. So the math was, if you make 1% per day, just 1% per day, with a $300 account, every Friday add $20 to the account, you can double your account in 38 days. Is it possible? Well, I did it in less than 38 days. So yeah, it's possible. Is it something that you can maintain over years and years? That is unlikely. I had to use a ton of leverage, because if you're looking for 1% per day, that means you gotta be patient, take the absolute most perfect trade, and then exit the position as soon as you have a 1% gain. Since it was such a small account, and then I realized that it's actually not going to help anybody physically learn to be a better trader. Just because I can double the account so easy and quickly does not mean you will be able to do it. So just focus on the process. Focus on the process. Don't focus on how much money can I make per day. If you're asking that question, I'm not selling anything, right? You're getting all this info for free, and you can get it all for free forever. I don't need to sell it. It's for free. So focus on the process. Become consistent in the way that you take trades, in the way that you look for setups. Be consistent. And over time, with experience, time, patience, dedication, there's so many other adjectives that I could use here. You may get it, and you may not. Trading isn't for everybody. Trading is 10% technical, 90% mental. Sorry for the rant. But when I see questions like that, it literally makes me want to stick my finger down my throat and vomit. Is it possible to make 5% every day? Yeah, mathematically it's possible. Thanks, Juice. Juice got my back. Priest, anything is possible under the right guidance. Check out the beginner playlist. Thank you, Juice. I should make you a mod. I thought you were a mod, Juice. Huh, sorry. I thought you were a mod. Clipper70, hi Heath, great content. Question, would the rejection on ADA be considered as a swing failure pattern? I don't know I've never studied that strategy as far as swing failure pattern goes. It is a failure of a swing, for sure. So, price makes swings. Every single day you have a daily high and a daily low. So that daily high is in a sense a price swing, as well as the daily low. It is a price swing. So like this level here on ADA, when you lost it to the bearish side and you came back in and retested it, it is a swing failure pattern in the sense that it failed to make a higher high. So this was your higher high, or your lower high in this sense. Here, how can I do this? Well, just ignore everything to the left of this bullish candle. Everything, ignore it. It means nothing. It's not there. So this was your high, right? This high, and then this bearish candle put in a higher high. So essentially that is your swing high, and then you put in your bearish move to the downside. So here is your swing low down here from this leg of price. Boom. So when you traded back up into the Heath level, the order block, the supply zone, whatever you want to call it, resistance is the word that I use more frequently. it did put in a swing failure, meaning it failed to close above and get above this swing high. So I may be saying it wrong as far as how that strategy works because I'm not familiar with it. But as far as how price action works, yeah, it failed to make a higher high. So, and it is a price swing. It's a swing high, right? Here's your swing low. There's your swing high. You are currently trying to make a lower swing low. I hope that helps. But that's probably a question that you could Google and find a little bit more information on. Hopefully that helps. Sharon Waltz, what platform do you trade on? I have several brokerages, several of them. You have to be more specific. Here, I trade on Oanda and Forex.com currently for Forex. I use TradingView as my charting platform because it's, in my opinion, the best charting platform. And I've paid a lot of money for some charting platforms. This one is the best. It's just the best. The way that it operates, how smooth it is. And if you're in America, you can trade directly off TradingView through FX.com or Oanda. So that's pretty cool. Also, I use Thinkorswim for my options and stock account. And I use KuCoin, Kraken, and Coinbase for crypto accounts. Heath, Dan N.M. Heath. Oh, damn, I already answered that. Sorry, my friend. Wow. All right, thanks again. There we go. Here we are. Heath, early Sunday morning down under. Welcome, Matia. Wow, it's already Sunday morning in Australia. Fantastic. Thanks for doing this, man. Can you take a look at Key USDT? Yeah, let's go look at Key USDT. How long we've been streaming? Just about an hour. All right. Yeah, it had a large percentage drop, but so did most everything except for the few that are outliers. 84% from high to low. There's one nasty price swing. It looks like every attempt to make higher highs has been thwarted. You did close above this area right there, that bullish candle, right? You closed right at it. Threw a nasty wick to the upside, and then boom. So you're wedging up, essentially. But you can't get a good... It's more of like a channel, I guess you could say. So what you could watch is just like this. Something like that. Support is going to possibly be... It's never always going to be. It's only ever possibly going to be 8807 right there. And it's also a nice confluent area with that trend line as well. Get a daily closure below that. Wait for a push lower and then look for a retest. And then you can possibly look to get short if that's what you're wanting. If you're wanting to buy it, all I can say is it's 80% off. That's all I can say. It's not a good looking chart. It's not. I mean, it's bad. 80% is never good. 80% is never good. When an asset loses 80% of its value, it is never good. YFI. Yeah, let's check it out. USD. Just keep beating the mic up. Coming in to test support right now. You tested it yesterday, almost flawlessly. Today you traded up to about the midpoint of this candle, and sellers are picking it back up. It is the weekend, so I don't put much weight on small weekend ranges. Like, you're trading as an inside day. You're inside this daily's range, this daily candle's range, from high to low. You haven't taken out the high, you haven't taken out the low. So it's a chop day or a sideways day. But it looks like it's trying to get bearish continuation. So your level to watch is 33,501, right? Is that 1,000? 33,581, 32,581. Wow. Yeah, that's the support zone right there. You get a daily closure below it. It's not looking good. Can it catch support here and bounce? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. But I think in order for that to happen, the market needs to get its positive sentiment back instead of the negative sentiment that it has currently. Negative sentiment driving prices lower. Atlantean Wolf, what's up, my friend? Do you think BTC holds 30K this time around, or this support been tested too hard already? Man, I mean, that's just an opinion question. I'm sure you know that you're asking it, so I will give it to you. Yeah, I mean, I think it does. I think this level holds. If you close a daily below this and then you come in and test this right here, that's not going to be good, obviously. This was a bullish push. The problem is you never got that bullish push above resistance. So any bulls that were licking their chops saying, man, I want to buy Bitcoin, but I'm waiting on this. As soon as it rejected there, they just was like, ah. So this keeps people from buying back into the asset, because technically you haven't made a higher high on Bitcoin since your all-time high. Once you put in this and then traded lower, every single candle's high almost has been lower until you started chopping around down here. So you're still simply trading inside of this candle's range. And it is a massive range. Here, let me get rid of all the lines and show you what I'm talking about. This candle right here, your capitulation candle, you are still trading inside of that candle's range. This is the very definition of range bound, choppy, sideways markets. You need to take out this candle, either one way or the other, before price will resume or go lower, right? As long as it's doing this, nobody cares about it. I mean, sure, some people are probably buying all the lows, accumulating Bitcoin like I'm doing. I'm accumulating Bitcoin, but I'm not accumulating Bitcoin because I think it's going to go higher this market cycle. I'm accumulating Bitcoin because I think it's going to be worth so much more money in 10 or 15 years that we could only dream about buying as low as $35,000, $38,000. That sounds insane to some, right? What are you talking about? As low as 33K. If Bitcoin keeps working the way it was intended to work, as it was invented, as it was designed, it can only go up. It can only go up as more people adopt it, as it keeps getting devised into the point to where everybody can own Bitcoin. The prices are just going to skyrocket. Like, I seriously believe this thing could be trading at $1 million a piece in 10 or 15 years. So that's my game. That's what I'm looking for on Bitcoin, right? I do the short-term, near-term stuff for you guys, and then when I trade, I'm trading other assets, not Bitcoin. I want as many Bitcoin as I can get my hands on. So I'm going to keep buying and buying and buying. But I'm not buying it with leverage. I'm just straight up buying it with cash money. Cash money. Juice, Alex. Oh, he's answering a question. Thank you, Juice. Jay Khan, you guy were amazing this morning. I learned a lot. Thanks. Thank you, Jay Khan. I appreciate you saying those nice words. Lucky Strike. Yes, great show with Jordan. Glad I found you guys. We're glad you found us as well, my friend. Oliver, haha, that's what I call a wick. Wick to the heavens. Talk about Shiba, says Bareem Baba. I don't know what Shiba is, my friend. Let's see what it is. It's absolutely nothing. I don't know the ticker. Shiba Inu. Oh, this is that offshoot of Dogecoin, ain't it? Yeah, it's probably garbage. Anything that's an offshoot of Doge is probably garbage. Doge is garbage. Like, what's its actual use case? It's a fork of Litecoin. It's the only reason it's doing as good as it is simply because of Elon Musk. It's such a low liquid stock or low liquid coin, so it takes nothing to pump it. This is absolutely garbage. Here's your ICO. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong. Let's see. That's Binance. Let's see what Polkadex has to say. So Polkadex has a little bit more data than Binance. So there's your ICO, initial coin offering. Got a nice big solid pump. At this point, I would assume whoever invented this token probably sold all of their tokens. So that tells you right there. If the founders don't even think it's going anywhere, why would you? Boom, straight down. There's your pump. There's your dump. Almost 80% gone. Is it consolidating? Yep. I don't know why it's consolidating here. It's obviously an intraday level that I found for somebody else a long time ago. Still holding a support. But now you have new daily support down here. Boom, right there at 621 millionths of a penny. Right there. Right? That's support. This was a nice bullish push. There is a level right there. Maybe that holds as support. I doubt it, but it's holding now. So just keep watching these two areas. These are supports. Here is a push higher, and it looks like it's being sold into. So you lose these two areas, you're going lower, my friend. Going lower. I don't like the chart. Yeah, it doesn't change much from log to regular, so it's disgusting. It's nasty. Heath, your session with Jordan today was such gold, and I appreciate the time. Your way of sizing up a chart is so clear. Yes, it is, my friend, and thank you for noticing. I worked a very long time on doing the analysis this way because it's simple. It's effective. Simple and effective, in my opinion. Fantastic. Jose Fajardo, great trade talk with Jordan. Thanks. A lot of you guys are saying thanks for that. Thank you so much for enjoying it. I'm glad I could help. Juice says, peace, emotions, and psychology takes time. Took me ages. You're doing well. Spend some time here. You will do great. Thank you, Juice, my friend. Thank you so much. Hey, man, could you take a look at Hex, please? I did look at Hex already. Rizon, he on 777. It's bullish. It's going higher. It's making higher highs and higher lows. Would I buy it now? No, because I don't buy highs. I don't like to buy them, as it could be the all-time high. Will Styles, buy now, Will. Why would you tell someone to buy? Looking to get crypto for the first time. Yeah, I've read that already as well, so I guess I'm getting punked. Rob Sedler-Meyer says, buy now. I'm sure Rob has a financial advisor certificate. Do you trade FX? Says Pravab. Pravab, yes I do. It is my bread and butter, my friend. It is my bread and butter. Tomorrow at the market open, I will have the live weekly Forex outlook, and we will go over all the relevant Forex pairs that I am watching currently. Love trading Forex. It's my favorite thing to trade. Poeta Bogan, thanks for another fire session. You are welcome. Thank you for showing up. Hi, could you check Kusama, please? I did look at it already, so I'll go over there just quickly, just so that way you can see the levels. Or did I? KSM USD? Yeah, no. I think I looked at it on a different exchange, but I did look at it for someone earlier. You lost this support right here, right? You're going lower. This was the bearish target. It was taken out. So your next area to look is being tested currently. So now you have to go lower. Right there. 287 spot 99. That's the next area for, hopefully, if you're bullish on this, to find support. If you don't, this bearish candle's closing price will be the next spot at 260. Have you done 88 XBT yet? No, I have not. Let's go look at it. 80 Cardano versus Bitcoin. On Kraken. I'm assuming you went Kraken because you specifically said XBT. It's at support, right? This level was tested, but this bearish close did make a new level of support. So far, it's rounding on the lows, which is okay. Here is resistance right above you at 4162 Satoshis. you are currently holding at 3846 Satoshis. Daily close below 3846, then you're going to have to look lower. You do have an area of support that is unbroken at 3797, which is this bearish candle here. If you lose that level, you will be targeting this wick low and that wick low. And then obviously lower all the way down to here over time, 3037. So it's range bound. It is finding support, and technically it yesterday made a higher high than the previous day, and today made a higher high than yesterday. Today's closing red, which is okay. It's okay. It's not terrible. It's simply just has to be looked at as a retest for now, because you are making higher highs on the daily closing basis. Or not closing, but intraday. So watch 3872, this bearish candle's opening price. Oh, come on, TradingView. And see if you hold support here on an hourly. Watch that on the hourly. There's no liquidity in this thing. Gappy hourly candles. So technically, I guess you could hold support at this hourly support, but you've already closing or trading below it. You got 2 minutes left on this candle. When it's gappy like this, it's impossible to get absolute fire levels. But that's it. I take profits at 600 USD, so looking for load up again. Got you. Fantastic trading. Cardano 52. Hello, man. Hello yourself. Such rational and balanced commentary. Great to hear you. Thank you, Atlantean Wolf. Thank you so much. Could you please look at OMG Tether? Let's go look at it. All right. What do we got going on here? Let's go look at the yearly chart first and foremost. This thing's got craziness going on. That's because I was on the hourly is all. So there's your quarterly chart. Last quarter you had a fantastic bullish close, right? Now you're testing your quarterly support at $4 and let's call it 1 cent, almost 2 cents if you round up. Here's the daily. Daily's testing lows. Daily support 427 right there. Boom. Not the bullish candle, the bearish candle's close. Right there. So you've already gotten a test of it. There's your bounce, but your bounce was smaller. So it looks like the pressure is down, right? Daily close below these two areas, or at least the daily area. Then you can look for a resistance test of $5.03 if you get a bounce. If $5.03 holds as resistance on a daily closing basis, be a fantastic spot to look for short-term setups down to at least 428 again. But it is on the lows and consolidating down there. It's not looking good. Check SXP USDT. Let's go look at it. Give my internet time to catch up. And there it is. It looks similar to Bitcoin. It's wedging up down here, but it's wedging up straight. It's not making an ascending wedge. There's daily support, still holding strong, right? And you did get a bullish bounce off of it, right? There's your support level. There's your test. There's your daily high. Boom. Tested, came in, found resistance or support, moving higher. You have taken out daily resistance. No, you have not. 239 is daily resistance, and you can see how you closed beautifully and perfectly on that level, and then the bears took back over. Now, with that being said, the bulls are slightly in control, right? So where is first area you don't want to see fault? Is this what was old resistance until this broke out? Currently testing that now. You lose that, you got to come all the way down to this bearish candle right there. So those are your two areas to watch for support test and holds. $2.02 and $1.75. If you come back all the way down here, I no longer like it because you're trading range bound. You have no bullish momentum. And the momentum you did have when you came into this range was bearish. So the general rule of thumb is when you enter a consolidation zone, you're basically looking for trades in the direction that price was moving when it entered the consolidation zone. That's just an old rule of thumb that a lot of older technical analyzers use. There's your downtrend, consolidation. You're looking for further continuation to the downside. Can it hold? Yep. You can look for higher prices, but it's still in the range. It's just range bound. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say. You had nice 4 days in a row that were nice and bullish. So these 2 days, 3 days can be looked at as a possible retest. Want to see a daily closure above 232 first and foremost before I'd ever get bullish on this thing. Can you check alt, Heath? Alt. Yeah. It's not USD, USDT, or is it just alt? Let me move this paper as I'm sticking to my arm. Yeah, so I guess you're asking for just alt. There's a problem with just alt, my friend. There are a bunch of them. So if you could give me another ticker, Atlantean Wolf, please, that would be fantastic. Oh my gosh, I am so far behind. Yeah, I need a ticker for that Atlantean Wolf. I don't know what alt is, and there's a lot of alt. It looks like most of them are this thing here, but alt on the NASDAQ, I'll go look at that briefly. So long term, it's in a nasty downtrend. In fact, it's trading at all-time lows. That's on the yearly. That's a yearly chart. That's not good. Absolutely not good. Oh my goodness. There's the quarters, man. It's just been trading sideways. It's like it lost every bit of everything. It's not doing anything. Stay away from it. I guess if you must, there's a bullish pop, but it closed back below bullish resistance, which would have been this bullish candle here, because it's your last bullish close that you're testing. So I guess look for support. Let's say around 1450. If you hold it, you could possibly look for higher prices. I don't know. I don't like it. It's in a long-term downtrend. Alright guys, I've been on for about an hour and 30 minutes, so unfortunately I am going to have to wrap it up soon. And like I said guys, if I forgot or I didn't look at your thing and you need me to look at it, just put it in the chat or in the comments section and I will get to it. Alright? I have to say thank you so much, first and foremost, and always, to my channel members and Patreons as soon as this thing will load. What is going on? It's like the whole computer's been slowed down to a crawl. Yeah, look at that. I have never seen it do that. You're thinking about opening that? Really? That's such a small file, you have trouble. Anyways, thank you guys so much, all of you guys, for your support and generosity. It means the world to me. Thank you so much for doing that. We do have a live stream first thing in the morning for the channel member and Patreons at the prop firm level. We will be doing that. Thank you so much for being here, the rest of you. Put your asset down in the comment section. I will take a look at it for you. At least give you the most near-term levels that I see. Alright? Tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or when the Forex market opens, I will be going live again for the Forex Weekly Outlook. I will be going over Forex pairs, but if you pop in and ask me to look at your crypto asset in there, I also will do. I promise. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Make sure you trade safe. Make sure you trade smart. Happy trading, everybody.